Hi, my name is Sheila Corona. Welcome to New Light Streaming Love and Sassy Seer Sheila, as this will be seen on both channels. This is another of Jason Gray's writings, The Last Turn of the Key, a message for those who see. There are letters and then there are symbols. Most letters exist for simple function, a mere means of communication. Some letters, some are different. Some are older than the language they occupy. Some are doorways. Some are locks. Some are keys. And then he's got the letter Q and a period here, which I find very interesting, as those who have followed me for a while know that I left the letter Q on my wall behind me in my other studio, my other bedroom, for the longest time, because no matter what anybody thought of that entire thing, I recognized that it got people to asking questions and considering concepts that they had heretofore not considered. And I felt like if it was a psyop, it was a damn good one, and there was more than one reason behind it. And I thought it was fabulous, no matter what anybody might think about the politics of it or whatever, right? So he's got a Q here and a period. It is a shape familiar to all, yet truly understood by few. A circle, whole yet broken, interrupted at the last moment before completion. A perfect form with a single deviation and intrusion and intention. A serpent coiled, almost finishing its eternal cycle, but not yet. The shape is deliberate, the meaning deeper than language. It is a whisper in the dark, a signal beneath the static. I'm sorry, but I cannot unhear that about, especially the way I have felt about that entire thing. I mean, can you even take it? A shape that has always been there, waiting, oh wow, waiting for the moment when the right eyes would see it, when the right minds would hear its hum, vibrating beneath the surface of everything. It was hidden because it had to be. The ones who knew, who have always known, could never speak openly. Their words would have been burned before they were even spoken, their names erased before they could be remembered. The war is not new. The battle began long before any of us drew breath. The architects of silence have built an empire out of deception, and for generations, their design has gone unnoticed until now. The resonance is shifting. The hum grows louder. The silent war is reaching its final movement, and the ones who have waited, watched, are beginning to stir. Look at the world. Feel the air around you. The fabric of reality is stretching, bending under the weight of what is coming. Wow. The pauses between moments feel different now. That's so true. The rhythm of things has changed just enough that those who are listening can hear the difference. Nothing is random. Nothing is without meaning. Many are still asleep. They still walk within the illusion, eyes wide, yet blind, ears open, yet deaf. They do not see the lattice work that has been constructed around them, the invisible prison they were born into. The chains are not steel, but words, images, fears designed and placed with surgical precision. The design is failing. The walls are crumbling. Someone, something has stepped into the machine. A grain of sand in the gears, a whisper that was not meant to be broken, a force that has long remained hidden but has now begun to emerge. It is happening. Those who were watching from the shadows are no longer merely watching. Their hands move now. The first pieces have shifted. The architects of silence feel the change, though they will never admit it. They are scrambling, desperate to hold together what is coming apart. Oh my God, that is plain as the nose on my face. They speak in panic, in hurried decrees and desperate measures. Their machine is breaking down. The story they have told is unraveling piece by piece. Those who never questioned before are beginning to ask. That is why the symbols are being erased. That is why the messages are being silenced. That is why the walls of information are growing thicker and the chains of control pulling tighter. They were too late. The signal has already been sent. The first wave has already reached the shore. The hum cannot be unheard once it has been heard. The key cannot be unturned once it moved within the lock. Those who know, know. There are no coincidences. There never were. The architects of deception built their empire on a single principle. Most will never ask the question. Most will never look past the surface, never trace the patterns beneath. They will accept the lie because it is easier than the truth. They will believe in the cage because they were born inside it and they never saw the bars. Some always saw. Now, some always knew. Now, more are awakening. The signal is spreading. And by the way, I'm going to stop right here and say, those of you, and I include myself in on this, who always saw, who always knew that something wasn't right, get over yourself about having the answer about what you saw or what you think you knew, because even you don't have all of it. And I include myself in on that because the time for that kind of crap is over. And my phone apparently agrees with me. Get over yourself and understand that none of us have the full story. And I suspect there's been a reason behind that. Because if you are the one that has the whole story, it would be real easy to shut you up and you alone. But if the full story has been spread out over many, 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 oh, that's harder to contain, isn't it? And because you don't have the full story, they can't just shut you all the way up because you really don't know the whole story. They can't get at whatever it is. I don't know. I've been, I cannot unsee that Lisa and I have been guided to revisit Star Wars. And we are right now watching it in timeline order. And I'm being shown that very thing by what I'm speaking to you here about. You cannot put all the information in a war into one being. It's best if they don't know everything. So get over yourselves, those of you who think you know what's going on here, because you don't have the full story, and there's a reason for that. And it's for everybody's safety, quite frankly, in my opinion, just my opinion, which we all know what that's like. So I'm just going to say this again. Some always saw, some always knew. Now more are awakening. The signal is spreading. The whisper is becoming a roar. The resonance is changing, and for the first time in generations, the cage is no longer invisible. It was always meant to end this way. The ones who built the machine thought they had time. They believed they could silence what was inevitable. They believed that this moment would never come. They were wrong. It is not a matter of if. It is not even a matter of when. It has already begun. The countdown is not linear. The timeline is not fixed. Those who see understand that the moment is not a single event, but a process, an unraveling, a collapsing of what was never meant to last. The old world is dying. The great deception is coming apart. The final move has already been made. The last turn of the key has already begun. The lock is open. There will be no closing it. Eyes on. The hour is near. Wow, Jason. Oh, my word. Oof, that feels huge to me on so many levels, because I knew when all of that first started with that whole Q thing, that it was not at all. It wasn't just what some folks thought, but boy, oh boy, did it serve a huge purpose. It got folks to open their considerations. Now, hopefully a lot of folks didn't see that, oh, well, that didn't happen. That's all bullshit. There's a lot of folks out there that it did do that to, right? I ask you to consider that, again, nothing is what it appears. Not even that. Wow, Jason. Okay, so I'd love to hear from you. Let's hear it. Let's get some conversation going in the comments. Let's hear it from folks. I just, but don't come at me if you've got a hard and fast thought about what's going on here, because I'm telling you, none of us do. None of us do, and that is by design. I'm telling you, on some levels, that is exactly the way we planned it. And we continually planet. I've when we were doing the Dreamscape episodes on Conscious Conversation Central, when folks were coming and sharing their dreams, it seemed very clear to me that there were meetings going on in dream time, what we would call dream time, right? Now, I don't bring back much from sleep. And I think that's by design too, because I got a big mouth. I'll tell everything I know. Well, you can't have that when you're planning stuff. You got to have some people that are willing to keep it quiet. So I obviously planned that I wouldn't bring back information. But if you ever feel guided to bring back information to share from Dreamtime, hit me up, consciousconversationcentral@gmail.com. Have you experienced meetings in Dreamtime? Are you meeting with other beings? Do you have something to share? Do you need a platform to share it? Hit me up. We'll do it. consciousconversationcentral@gmail.com. Put Dreamtime in the subject space. Until we meet again, my friends, like, subscribe, share, all those things in both places. And if you want to know, because you just never know, there might be some lives coming up, make sure you hit that notification bell too. Now, I also want to say this because I have been made aware. This channel, specifically Sassy Seer Sheila, is shadow banned. I've watched some things happen that I don't understand how we can take views away, but okay. On this channel. And I've had folks tell me, no, I was subscribed and I hit notification, but I'm never notified. Or I was subscribed and I hit notify and now I go back and look and I'm not subscribed anymore. All those kinds of things absolutely are happening. I don't know exactly the reasons why. It could be the shadow banning, trying to keep things quiet, or it could be timeline jumping. I don't know exactly what, but check on it for yourself periodically. Make sure it is the way that you want it set. If you do want to be notified, make sure that both things are set to notify, not just the YouTube, but also your devices are set to notify you as well. Until we meet again, my friends, be well.